Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Costanza, a podcast about something. I am your host, Joe Costanza, and this is episode 57. Now, as you can tell, we're a bit low today in terms of people. Jake isn't even here. I think Jagun is on the way, but I'm here with Stefan, per usual. Um,
Yo,
so, first of all, before I get started, I just want to say apologies for taking a little longer of a break than I probably should have. Things have just been kind of going wrong with me recently, and I just needed to sort some things out. But they have gotten better over time, so I just wanted to kind of clear the air and just let everybody know that I am back, but it is not in the way that it was before. So basically, what I'm going to be doing now is every other Friday will be the same. It'll be the podcast every other Friday, and then any Friday that I'm not doing the podcast, I will do a watch party in my Discord server. So keep an eye out for that. Tuesdays and Thursdays I'll go live for like random shit. It does not matter what it is. It could be Mario Party, could be Helldivers, could be Repo, could be literally anything. I'm just gonna probably be spinning it on a wheel and just see what I play for the day. So yeah, that's kind of basically all I wanted to talk about real quick. And again, I apologize for not really being there all that much, but uh, yeah, I don't really know how to start this, so I figured I might as well just do a bit of a tribute because there have been some shit that's been happening recently, and I figured I might as well just give them the support and the I guess the notice that they need because the news really isn't covering them all that much. But let me just get started. So I mentioned this girl before. I mentioned her along with Charlie Kirk, but there is some there's like a little update about what happened. So I mispronounced her name before, so I apologize. I'm gonna hopefully do her justice this time. So this girl right here, her name is Irina Zarutska. She was a Ukrainian refugee that went from Ukraine due to the wars that's going on over there and immigrated with her family to the U.S. Now she's been there for about 3 years, and tragically on August 22nd, her life got cut short by some lunatic with a knife on a on a train in Charlotte, and there has been a widespread amount of like anger and also love and support for the family and all that stuff. And recently, I think it was last Monday, I want to say, or maybe no, I think it was like the Monday before the last one. She got hit with some pretty wholesome news. So these butterflies on the right are on the left are like a new species that this guy found. This guy's name is what's his name? Harry Pavillon, and he talked about finding the species back in 2018, I'm pretty sure, and he didn't finalize it until very recently. He was originally going to name them the Carolinas, but after hearing about Irina's story and how much that impacted her, he decided to change it to be named after her, and it's called Irina's Azur, which I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but I think it's an extremely wholesome story and kind of keeps her name alive. And I just think it's extremely loving for the dude because, like, it obviously not many know her personally, only her friends and family know her personally, but I did hear that they were expressing like a lot of gratitude and like they thought this was extremely wholesome for him to do, which is I totally agree on that. And it also immortalizes her name and lets people know that this is a tragedy that never should have happened. And I apparently in Ukrainian culture, I don't know if this is true or not. So any Ukrainian listeners, let me like verify this whether this is true or not. Apparently butterflies are a sign of heaven or the soul or something like that, and I think that makes this story even better because call me crazy, call me a conspiracy theorist, call me whatever you want, this might be a sign. So I think it is an extremely wholesome story. Rest in peace to Irina. I am actually extremely like when I first heard about this, I'm like, I gotta talk about this, and I thought this was an extremely wholesome story, and it immortalizes her name in a very loving way. So this was, I figured I might as well start off as on like a wholesome thing. And also, there's a second thing I have to exit because for some reason my fucking like my fucking computer is hating me right now. Recently there has been another tragedy. Hey, welcome, Clowny. Hope you're enjoying it, and yes, rest in peace. So there is another thing that happened recently. There was sadly another shooting. Her name, it's another. God, I'm stumbling over my words. It's another young life taken way too soon. Kimber Mills, nobody really, like, I didn't know her personally. I know that she went to a I don't know, I don't even know the story all that much, but I know that she went to a bonfire. She got hit, I think she got shot in the head, I'm pretty sure. And she basically, I think she donated all of her organs, and basically her heart is now in a 7-year-old, which that is a story for another time. I'm like, okay, that's a little, I kind of am slightly against donating your organs. I think that's a little weird, but either way, it never should have happened. It is another life taken way too soon, and both of the GoFundMes for both Irina and Kimber are in the description down below, so feel free to donate to the family. Feel free to do, like, donate, like, even if it's just $5, just donate something to the family. Let them know that you have their support and love, because they definitely needed it during this time. Two lives cut way too short, and two futures that have never really been promised. So I would like a moment of silence before we get to the news real quick. Thank you. So, yeah, now with that out the way, let's get started with some news. Let me turn on the music, because I purposely did not turn on the music for this reason alone. But let's get started with some more wholesome and not wholesome, but more exciting news, because there are some trailers that have. Oh shit, that is way too loud. Let me know if I need to adjust the music at all, chat. But yeah, so there is some exciting stuff to come out, but there is one that has not really been promised. So this is extremely interesting, and also I find it very weird that fans are kind of advocating over this, considering that this is not really something that fans are really all that hype about, honestly. So recently, Adam Driver, the actor who played as Kylo Ren in the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, and by the way, babe, if you're listening to this, spoilers, because I haven't shown you those movies yet. Yes, I'm showing her the movies. I don't care. So recently he was talking about a Ben Solo project that was going to take place after The Rise of Skywalker, and it seems like he said that Lucasfilm initially loved the idea, and the director is Steven Soderbergh, who I don't know what he's done. I think it's Ocean's... Isn't it the dude who made Ocean's 11? Let me check. Let me check and see what he made. Yes, Ocean's 11. So he, yeah, the director of Ocean's 11, Steven Soderbergh, was going to be on there. He really loved the script, and it originally was just going to be, like, basically, I think it was called The Hunt for Ben Solo, and he reached out to Kathleen Kennedy in 2021, and he said it was, like, a really good idea, a great director. He loved the character of Kylo Ren, and he wanted to continue the story. But for those who don't know, he fucking died at the end of the last movie. So apparently there's like a lot of like, I think Lucasfilm rejected it because just for that reason alone. So I feel like he not only I feel like it's a little bit hypocritical from Disney's point of view, because they fucking resurrected the Emperor. So, and they resurrected other fucking characters like Darth Maul and Boba Fett and Leia and all that stuff. Well, they didn't really resurrect Leia, but still, I feel like they could absolutely do this. They absolutely could. I mean, The Mandalorian and Grogu's coming out. There's like a Ryan Gosling movie called Starfighter coming out. I feel like they absolutely could do this, and fans are advocating over it, surprisingly, considering 90% of the fucking fan base hates this. They hate the new movies with a passion and everything it stands for and anything that is about to come out, because there is a Rey movie that is being under fire. But apparently people want to see this, which is kind of crazy to me, because it does not really seem like there's... it just doesn't really seem like many would care about this, and clearly Lucasfilm doesn't, but maybe eventually it'll happen. Maybe it'll have like the same impact as Zack Snyder's Justice League did, and maybe it'll just have like, hey, we'll just make it because the fans want to see it, but we'll see. I guess it just depends on the fan outrage, but either way, cool. Don't really know if it'll be out or not, but we'll see. So next piece of news, Stefan, what do you think about this? Because I know, have you seen the new movies?
I think it's pretty. No, but I think it's pretty eerie that the actor died literally right.
No, it's not the actor. It's the character.
Movie.
It's
Like,
the character.
that...
It's not the actor. It's the character.
Okay. So no. That's I mean, that's fine. I mean, whatever, like, whatever Lucasfilms wants to do with his movies, then that's perfectly fine. I mean, if he doesn't want to have the character in the movie anymore, then, that's really up to him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't even know where Star Wars is going at this point, because the movies are done, and I feel like half the shows are already done. Like, Mandalorian is kind of reaching its end. Andor has already ended. So it just seems like maybe this is the way to go. Like, the only way to go is forward, because there's only so much you can do in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Like, eventually it gets stale and old. Like, okay, we get it. Like, all this shit's happening, but I guess maybe it'll work. But I guess it just depends on how fans react, because they're not reacting lightly to the Rey project, so I have no idea how they'll react to this. But either way, something that is exciting but also somewhat controversial is a new Scream movie is out officially, and it is a little different from the other ones, because this does not star Jenna Ortega or who the fuck is the other girl? Hold on, I'm trying to remember her name. Melissa Barrera, who both of those were from Scream 6 and Scream 5. The reason being is because of, political shit. That's why they're not in the film. And more specifically, the Palestine-Israel stuff. But Jenna wanted out because of that whole controversy with Melissa's views. Like, she got fired basically for her views, and Jenna didn't like that, so she stepped out of the project. So they didn't really know where to go with this, so the only way they decided to continue is to bring back basically the original Scream Queen herself, Sidney Prescott, who is in this film as a mom who's basically working at, I think, a coffee place, and she's basically being taunted with a lot of ghost faces saying like, oh yeah, like I've seen this shit before and all that stuff. And this trailer is basically kind of putting her back in front and center, while there's like multiple different like ghost faces coming after her and stuff like that, and her daughter. I haven't really seen all the Scream films. I've only seen the first one and the recent two ones, and I enjoy them. I think they're fun movies. I especially love the first one where she's like basically Scream is like a satire-ish series about slashers. Like, it makes fun of Michael Myers, it makes fun of Jason, it even makes fun of like modern films, like, oh, they're bringing back the old characters, haha, and like they're doing the same shit and all that. And it's got like that famous opening and the famous voice for Ghostface, like, what's your favorite scary movie, and all that stuff like that. And it's got a really good twist at the end of the first film. I don't really know if I want to spoil it for Stefan, but are you gonna see Scream?
It depends. I mean, will it be in the movie theaters or will it be on a streaming service? Well, because Halloween ended recently.
Well, the new movie's coming out in February, but I'm talking about the original one because the original one came out in '96. I think it's on a streaming service somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, if I'm able to watch it on a streaming service, then yeah. I think I have Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN and Peacock.
I have no idea if it's on any of those. Let me check. It's on
I think I might also have Amazon Prime, maybe. I have like most of the streaming services. It's kind of like what you have to do nowadays. Like everything is ran on streaming services. So yeah, that's pretty much what I watch for TV.
Yeah. It's on Paramount Plus, apparently. You need a subscription.
Oh, I think I have that as well.
Okay. Let me know what you think of it, because it is a classic, and
Yeah.
I personally really like it. And some of them are actually coming to Comic-Con, which is pretty cool. I'm meeting Matthew Lillard, who is best known for this film and Five Nights at Freddy's, and he's Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. So I think it's pretty
nice.
cool.
Like the live action?
Yeah, he's a live-action Shaggy.
Did the Scooby-Doo live action movies do well? Because I hear mixed reviews about them.
They didn't do well at the time, but I would consider them cult classics now because a lot of people are giving them praise for it. Like, they're just saying like, oh, it's like they're like timeless classics, and like people didn't appreciate them and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. I feel like they are they're like the so bad it's good type of films. I'm pretty sure, but. Even I've seen the first one like years ago, so I'm not really sure. But I mean, this does look cool. It does seem like I'm happy that Neve Campbell is front and center because she was completely absent from the last one. So I'm happy that she's front and center again, and it seems like they're going the Top Gun route where she's basically the main character and kind of not sidelined like the new Star Wars characters, like the original Star Wars characters were, or Jurassic Park, any of that stuff. So like, if you're gonna bring back the old characters, unless you're a superhero film, put them front and center. This is how you do it, you know? Like they did it well with Top Gun. I think they did it well with Deadpool and Wolverine, even though people fucking hate that film for some reason. They did it well in No Way Home. Again, I don't know why people hate that, but you can do nostalgia, just do it well, you know? And there are some familiar faces coming back, and like there's one guy at the end that you'll definitely recognize if you follow him regularly. And AJ.
AJ, good, and how you doing?
Good.
We're talking about the new Scream trailer, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah, there's I guess like you can do nostalgia right, but yeah, like you can do nostalgia, it just has to be right. And there's a familiar face that you could hear at the end of this trailer. If you know, you know. But again, like I did hear they're doing some clever shit with it. Like apparently AI is involved, and it's kind of tricking Sydney into thinking, oh shit, like a friend of mine that died is back and all that stuff, or like somebody's imitating old killers that used to be affecting my life as like when I was younger and stuff like that. I feel like as someone who is heavily against AI, I think this is a very clever way to do it, because I think Mission Impossible did it well, where it's basically just saying, hey, like AI's taken over, and like Terminator did the same thing. I feel like in this way, like this definitely would happen in real life. People basically imitating like killers and stuff, and kind of fucking with people mentally and stuff like that. It just seems like it's a very clever way to do it, and depending on the approach and how they do it, it could be a very well done premise. So I'm very excited for it.
AI is very controversial because it really depends like how you use it, because AI is very new and a lot of companies are using it, and sometimes AI can work really well and sometimes AI might not really work very well, but it seems like they know what they're doing with AI.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean this does look good. So Jay, what do you think? Have you seen the Scream 7 trailer?
I have not. Yeah.
Okay, you should, because I think it's a very good trailer. Okay, so let me go to another piece of news. Again, my computer hates me, so I'm going to have to go back here. Let me...
You got the Gerald Church. Jeez.
I have you on 200. I can't really hear you all that well.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Let me find the new thing. Oh, well, this is gonna be probably my favorite piece of news so far, and if you paid attention to the thumbnail at all, you know how fucking hype I am for this. So, there is a new Godzilla film in the making, and it's not just any Godzilla film. It is a sequel to Godzilla -1.
Oh wow! Didn't they make a video game a long time ago?
They did, but it is not based off of this. So recently, I think. Hold on. When was Godzilla Day? Because I'm pretty sure it was recently. November 3rd. So November 3rd, 1954 is when Godzilla came out, like the original Godzilla. And every year they host this event where they just announce like Godzilla projects, whether it's like American projects like the Godzilla and King Kong movies, or like a video game, a ride, or anything like that. But for this one, in Godzilla Fest 2025, Takashi Yamazaki, he confirmed that he is returning for Godzilla -0. The sequel to Godzilla -1, which I did hear rumors about, but holy shit, when I heard this news, I was hype as fuck. I was beyond hype, because for those who know me personally, Godzilla -1 is easily one of the best movies I have ever seen personally. I think it was movie of the year for me in 2023. It won an Oscar for best visual effects, and I just think it is just a fantastic fucking film. So, honestly, I am 100% on board with this. It is, like, this got me so hype.
Didn't Godzilla -1 come out in, like, I don't know, like a long time ago? I didn't know they made a new one.
No, -1 came out recently. It was 2023. And this one is coming out sooner than, honestly, any of us expected. It is expected to have a late 2026 release date.
Oh, nice.
So,
I thought that Godzilla -1, didn't it come out with like a retro video game? Because I think I'm getting something mixed up.
I think you're thinking. Hold on. Godzilla. Yeah, hold on. Because I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the name. Is it Godzilla Unleashed?
I'm not sure, but I think like Godzilla -1, and I think it's like a retro game that came out.
Godzilla Challenge 1?
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I'd have to look at it again to see like what game it is, but yeah.
It's not Destroy All Monsters Melee? At least it's not that, right?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Weird. But Jay, what do you think about this?
I think it's fantastic, and I was waiting for a sequel for a long time for -1. I love the first movie, love it, and I'm glad that it's actually getting its dessert. Seriously, I'm so fucking hyped for this movie.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
I agree.
I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And I know for a fact that they're the same people, same producers, probably different actors. Maybe some old actors will pop up from -1. I think it's just going to do just as great. This is going to get another Oscar. Like I'm definitely excited for this. I can't wait for it.
Yeah. I agree, and I feel like the main characters are returning, at least. I cannot pronounce these names for the life of me, but The kamikaze dude, I think, is returning. The wife's returning, I'm pretty sure. Like, I feel like that whole gang is returning. But I did also hear that if Takashi made a sequel to Godzilla, he would add another kaiju. So I'm not sure if it's Mechagodzilla or Ghidorah or whoever the fuck, but I did hear Godzilla is not the only kaiju in the film, so... Which probably is why it's called -0, it's because, like... Which, first of all, that title confuses me a little bit, because, like, why isn't it called -2, or, like, just... I don't know why it's called -0, like, and I guess I could be that guy, 0 is a neutral number, like, it doesn't matter, it's a cool fucking title regardless, but, I'm not really sure what -0 means, honestly, like, I didn't even know what -1 meant, to be honest. I feel like, -1, wasn't it, like, kind of symbolic for World War II, like, like, Japan basically went, like, basically -0 in terms of, like, the economy and stuff like that.
Right. That's a good way I would actually, like, see it from that perspective. Like, for it to be, for us to be, like, you know, like, post World War II, and, like, and it, like, the, pretty much saying that this happens after the war. It's like a complete Japanese, not really Japanese military, but Japanese. It's more of a reset of the economy, basically. So it makes sense why we would say, like, -1 to start from 1 from the ground up. So anything else would probably, like, be to like a follow up to, like, what happens next. But I think that what we're just saying -0, so if we're going back with a number here, I don't know. I mean, like, are they gonna go talk about it with like something like a prequel if they're gonna go say something like that? That's why I'm so kind of confused about the title, because are we gonna see more about what happened before the war? But I don't think that that's even the case, because I remember from the end of the last film, like, Godzilla, like, his cells were duplicating, and it was coming into form again. So, like, if it's gonna be a sequel, then it has to go pretty much explain that from what we've seen from the end, from the last part of the ending of the last film. So I just have to go. I have to see what was going on with that, honestly.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think that what the trajectory is with this is that it's gonna be something that's gonna be. It's gonna bring back characters that we've seen before. It's gonna bring in new characters that probably talks about what's going on with these kaijus, why they're here, what's their importance, what they're trying to go do, and like the science behind it. That's, like, the main two things that I'm seeing what's going on with -0. So it's gonna have significance for what's been happening in the past, and it's gonna bring into what happens in the future, or at least the present tense. So we have to go see what's going on with those two different variables and how it interconnects. So that's what I have to go say about that. Other than that, like, the title is a little bit weird, but, like, I think that it's gonna say that because of what we have to go know about the past, what's going on with the monsters, the kaiju, and how it has everything to do with the present day. So.
Yeah, I agree, and
I think the game is called Godzilla NES because I looked up the creepypasta for it, and I guess I was looking up creepypastas at the time, and I guess the thumbnail, I recognized the thumbnail, and that's what popped up. So yeah, I guess Godzilla came out with an NES game.
This is not based on any video game. It is a fresh idea about Godzilla. I think it's a reboot or redo of the original story, but told with much better human characters and just kind of like a different perspective on Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla's always been seen as a monster, but in recent times, Godzilla's been kind of like sort of like a hero. It's kind of like a Fast and Furious Avengers type of films with him and like King Kong and all that stuff. Even though he's not technically called King Kong, because I think Universal still owns the rights to the official King Kong, so they just call him Kong. But either way, it is cool that they are making a sequel to this film. Usually I would go against it, because we've had films before that should have stayed at one movie, Joker. But for this film in particular... for this film in particular, I feel like they could definitely pull it off. Like, if they got, like, creative writers and basically the same crew as they did in the first film, this could, like, if this leads into a trilogy, it could be up there with Lord of the Rings. Like, I'm not gonna even lie about that. I feel like it might be up there with Lord of the Rings as, like, some of the best trilogies ever. Like I said, if they do it right, like, this would easily be one of the best trilogies, so. But...
I was always more of a King Kong fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I know, like, I can speak for Jake when I say this. He is also extremely excited for it, so.
Here's another thing too. Right? So, the one with King Kong, right? Godzilla, King Kong. Right? That's more of a different universe. That's like the Legendary Pictures universe. It's not the Toho universe. You know, this is his own separate thing. It's like if DC pretty much had like two separate universes with Batman. It will pretty much be like that. So it's not like they're not interconnected in any sort of way. So it's like its own unique thing that's happening as own unique. And for that to go happen, they're just gonna go do what they do best in this world, and they're gonna go pretty much show off like snippets about what's happening with this continuity. So with that said, you have to go think about this.
Jay, your mic is cutting out. I'm sorry. Your mic is cutting out.
Avengers fan, huh?
Your mic is cutting out, by the way. Like, I can barely hear you.
Mic's cutting out? Okay, hold on. Let me...
Okay.
That's my bad. Let me fix it. Oh.
You're good. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just I could barely hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you.
You hear me? Okay. All right. So different universes, different tales of the story. It's gonna be something that they're using to experiment with all these characters in different way. And since this is Toho we're talking about, which is pretty much the main company that produced Godzilla, like in this initial design, in his own creation, right? They're trying to bring life into form of what Godzilla really is, and that's like pretty much like the spectacle about what's been about as to why -1 has been so true to form, about why it took it. So I think that this whole origin story that they're doing is going to be something that's pretty much going to be in a Toho canon, at least in the original canon. I don't really feel like it's going to be something that's going to like tie in with all the previous films before -1. It's going to be its own thing. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I agree. And before I move on to something else, like I'm aware that there have been a couple trailers out involving Stranger Things and Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm not talking about those, and this will be a topic for another time, maybe next episode. They showed a fuck lot, so I don't really think I'm gonna talk about those. We did get new looks at a lot of characters, yes, but I feel like they have shown way too much, and I like as someone who's trying really hard to not look at anything related to Stranger Things 5 because I'm just that damn excited about it. I definitely regret seeing the trailer because I know that there's probably like very big plot points and maybe some character deaths that have gotten spoiled by me. So I'm just gonna keep that to me, myself, and I. So, and also they released the first 5 minutes of season 5, and all I gotta say is I fucking called it. But that'll be for another time. Stranger Things will come out very soon. But right now I'm gonna be talking about a different universe that is coming out very soon, and that is Avatar: Fire and Ash. And it is not based on the movie. The movie is coming out at the end of this year. It's going to be out December 19th, I believe. It is the third installment of the Avatar franchise. And for those who are excited for the film, more power to you. But that is not the reason why I'm talking about it. The reason why I'm mentioning Avatar is because there is a little trailer that they are going to be attaching to the film. And you can see it in theaters if you see this film. And that movie is Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
Yeah, we're going to be getting our first official look of Avengers Doomsday when Avatar Fire and Ash comes out. Apparently they are almost done with the trailer as we speak. So that sounds very promising. And as someone who has been very outspoken about how nervous he is about the film, apparently a lot of people that are part of it, I'm pretty sure like Channing Tatum has talked a lot about it, and the guy who played as Shang-Chi talked a lot about it. I don't know if either they're paid to say it or they legitimately think this. They say that this movie is going to be very, very, very good. So I'll see it, but I'm going to have low expectations. And the reason why I have Professor X on the screen is because there is also one more piece of news that I would like to talk about, and that is Patrick Stewart is retiring after this film. So his final role ever is going to be Charles Xavier in Avengers Doomsday. So
let's go. And and honestly, that is definitely the path, the righteous path that he should take onto the sunset. That's perfect. I feel like this is the best way to go. I really feel like his legacy is going to stand on itself, depending on how great the movie is. And we already know the legacy is there. It's already set in stone. There's no question, no doubt about that. I really feel like this right here is the final way to go for his amazing film career. And there's nothing else that can possibly take away from this moment. There's nothing else that can complement this moment even more. From what we've seen in the past several years. He was terrific on Star Trek. He was absolutely amazing in X-Men. He filled the role perfectly. If you know the trivia, you know what I'm talking about. He's a perfect Professor Charles Xavier. I really feel like this is the best way to go. It was amazing. It was fanfare. It was like a cinema rejoice or renaissance when we saw him in the Doctor Strange film. With Multiverse of Madness with Scarlet Witch, I believe. Yes. So we saw a glimpse of that. Everyone went wild. It was just perfect fanfare. So the fact that he's coming back in Avengers Doomsday to go top the knot, I really feel like this is the best thing that we're gonna go see of him. I count that he's gonna have a major role with the character. For this to be like his final way out in the industry. So I don't really feel like it's gonna be like a Stan Lee type of cameo, and I'm definitely all for it. So we wish Charles Xavier all the best. But this is the best way to do it.
I do agree in some way, but there are a couple points I want to talk about, and the first part is I don't think it's gonna be I don't think he's gonna have a major role, but I also don't think it's gonna be a Stan Lee-esque cameo. I think it's gonna be equivalent to Gambit or Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine, where he is there, he's just not there for the whole film. He's either there for like a section of the film, or equivalent to his role in Doctor Strange 2, where he kind of is just there giving people information and stuff, and he might fight Doctor Doom. He'll most likely die, but that's kind of it. And also,
so you think you think he's gonna be like killed off in this movie?
I don't think the X-Men are gonna last past probably the second act. That's just my prediction right there. I think like
Dang.
I don't know. It just seems like they're probably gonna go all out with Doctor Doom. I'm pretty sure because like and I feel like there's a reason why they're telling everybody, hey, the X-Men are back. It's either one to get them hyped because I mean, cool, like Cyclops and Gambit are returning and stuff, and Magneto, but I also feel like they're not gonna have major roles in there, and they're kind of saving like the big guns like Tom Holland and like probably like Mark Ruffalo for like the actual film itself, or maybe I'm wrong and these are the only characters in the film, but or Charles is gonna have like a big role, but it just seems like it's gonna be equivalent to his role in Doctor Strange 2, where it's kind of just like, yeah, he's there, the whole X-Men are there. It might just feel like fan service, you know, just kind of like justice done for the original 2000 X-Men films, because none of them wore, like, they all wore fucking black leather. We're gonna see Cyclops in like a blue and yellow suit. We saw Charles in the green like suit and tie and like the yellow chair as you see in the photo. We're gonna see Gambit again. Like, it just all these different characters are showing up, but I feel like considering how massive this film is, I don't think he's gonna have a big role in the film, and also I have a feeling he's gonna die again, because it seems like it's been like a constant pattern with this character. He dies more than fucking Kenny from South Park at this point. And if Deadpool is actually in the film, I hope he makes fun of it, because this would be a funny kind of like poking fun at Marvel to like, you killed off Charles again? Like, this didn't happen in X-Men The Last Stand or Logan or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I do agree that Professor X and Multiverse of Madness was a fucking joke. They kind of all were, honestly. Like, I hated John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic as well. But yeah, I feel like, first of all, this does seem like a good way to go out, because he's an Avengers film, and like finally the X-Men are part of an Avengers film. But I also feel like it's kind of already overdone. Like, they kind of already overused the character, because I think his perfect send-off was already in Logan. And the same thing with Wolverine himself. Like, yes, it was cool seeing him in Deadpool and Wolverine, but that should have been the ending right there. Logan was kind of like the perfect cap off. Like, boom, the stories were done in a beautiful way, just wrapped up with a nice tie, and I just really fucking loved how they did that. They ended off both their stories very well, and it seems like, where do you go from here? And they're just gonna pull like some multiversal bullshit, like, hey, he's back, but he's like in a different like universe, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. I'm like, okay. How long are you gonna do this before it becomes stale? Like, it was good in No Way Home, it was good in Loki, it was good in like fucking Deadpool, but at this point, I don't think many care anymore. Maybe that's just me that thinks that, but it's kind of like they milked the multiverse so much that I feel like people just don't really give a shit anymore, and it seems like they're kind of wasting characters that should have probably met their end a long time ago. And like, I feel like I hate to say it, but it seems like Patrick Stewart is quite literally getting too old for this. He's 85, and it seems like, yes, Charles is his most iconic role, yes, but like, how long can he really do this for? He's not going to do this till he's 90, clearly, but it just seems like, how long can this go for, you know? But yeah, that's just me.
Right.
But yeah, Doomsday seems like a fun film. I'm excited for the trailer, and thank you, Patrick Stewart, for all the joyous roles you've had in both Star Trek and the Emoji Movie, and also X-Men.
What a legend. What a legend.
All right, so moving on to the main topic of today, I'm going to be talking about a certain video game console that is kind of, I'd argue, is meeting its end. We've talked about this kind of briefly last pod, but where do y'all think the status of Xbox is going?
I never really cared for Xbox.
Xbox is on its dying legs. Let's just say. I don't think that They're pretty much. They said that they're gonna make a new console. To like it, they're gonna make a new console like in the next few years, like for the next generation. But I just think like they pretty much like shot themselves in the foot recently with all the controversy, what's been going on with Xbox, them buying companies or studios and then shutting them down and not and like you're not utilizing the potential of like both the manpower and the IP power for said studios, and we're talking about like these high outrageous prices for the Xbox Series X, and even with the Ally. I mean, we got a handhelds that's not even nowhere near the Switch 2 specs, but well, definitely over Switch 2 of specs, but not of popularity. Let's just say not popularity, not of like IP control, and not of exclusives, and that's being overpriced like $1,000. I mean, like just a whole bunch of things. But we can dive deep down about what's been going on with Xbox. Um, Joe, if you do know, um, you do know that the status of the Xbox, it's at this point it's even worse than Nintendo. It's worse than it's just horrible. It's horrible. We don't know what's going on with the fate of Xbox ever since they canceled the Game Pass, or at least like raised prices of the Game Pass. Not really canceled, but they rose the price of the Game Pass like to a point where like people who afford it in the past, who could afford it in the past, are having problems like keeping up with the payments and the new pricing, and a whole bunch of issues about what's exclusive to the Game Pass. That's being a problem. There's just a whole bunch of variables that just makes this like a very bad shit show. So, what Joe? What do you know about the Xbox right now?
I know about the Game Pass. I know about people are being like angry over. I don't know if it's like the company or something like that, or just kind of like they're kind of putting their games like Helldivers and well no, Helldivers is PlayStation, but they kind of fused PlayStation and Xbox together, kind of, and it doesn't really seem like they know where they're going with this console and all that stuff. So like that's kind of all I really know. I don't know too much about it, like besides all the stuff we talked about last week or like 2 weeks ago. That's kind of all I really know. So
Right. Well, Xbox they rose the pricing with the Series X. I mean, pretty much PlayStation also done the same thing, but like it's to the point where it's just completely unbearable. Like we we're talking about a system that released like what 6 7 years ago, like in the Series X and S. Now that's like $550 for the S, and I think like somewhere near some crazy amount like near 600. Yeah, $600, near $600 for the Series X, and like 550 for the Series S. And like their campaign and what they're doing with the system is just not good. A lot of people feel like the CEO and all of his own trustees, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's really pretty much rubbing the fans the wrong way with a lot of the situation. What's been happening? It's very very bad. Um, it's stuff. It's not even the fact that they're not even given like their main IP, which has been Halo for quite some time. They're just now giving it love with campaign involved. Cool, but it's not really exclusive. It's also on PlayStation. I'm pretty. It's also on PC. There's not been a lot of love with the IPs and the games that can actually push Xbox forward. It's just a horrible mess. There's no reason right now why anyone would actually go get an Xbox. Yeah, for exclusivity. So it's no reason. Everything's on PC, and now some of your tall IPs that's been standing on a pedestal for quite some time is now on other consoles, including PC. So,
wow.
and then you're raising prices on Game Pass, which is already bad in itself. We didn't even like really like deep dive into that yet. And you're doing all this, and then you're making piss poor decisions for people to pretty much bite off their wallet just to get that shining resentment of a console compared to Nintendo and Sony. You're not really giving us a lot of leverage here. You're not really telling us like what we should really go do, with this system. Like if people who own the Xbox Series X right now, most of them are pretty much have been sold on a Game Pass, but a Game Pass it just rose up in price, so it's pretty much horrible because now we don't really have any real incentive as to why we need an Xbox. What, just for like what, the new Gears of War? I think it was D-Day that's coming out, and they're making a new Fable. They're doing all that stuff. And I heard that Black Ops 7, like Activision at one point said that they're gonna make it exclusive to Xbox after one game came out. I think it was supposed to be Black Ops 6, but that's going to be on all systems because we know Activision they're gonna be greedy as hell anyway. So I don't really feel like I don't think that Call of Duty is ever gonna be like a console exclusive in any means necessary. I don't think so. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Whatever. But you have all these type of variables that's happening against that brand. I feel like it's eventually gonna fold onto itself, where they're gonna become Microsoft Gaming, and then the Xbox brand is pretty much gonna go die out because there's nothing that's going forward with this brand right now that can convince people to put away their PS5 or not buy PS5, or just put down a Switch 2 or the Steam Deck, And now you also have the Xbox Ally. You got Xbox teaming up with ROG. Xbox Ally. That's an $1,000 handheld.
Damn.
$1,000 to go play your favorite Xbox games or whatnot, or favorite PC games on the go. And the regular ROG Ally is nowhere near that price. Steam Deck is nowhere near that price. Switch 2 damn sure not going to be around that damn price. So why are we paying a stack just to go game on the go? Who's going to do that? Is anyone here in this call going to go do that? Is anyone in this chat that's listening to our podcast, are they really going to pay $1,000 to play PC and Xbox games on the go?
I wouldn't.
Are you really going to freaking do it? Who's going to fucking do it?
I didn't play Xbox before. Why would I play it now?
Exactly.
I mean that's like if Nintendo made their fucking games like $100. People probably would buy it still, but even then it's like $1,000 for a console is way too much. It's way too much.
Yeah, exactly.
You're pretty much. I know for a fact that consoles are going to cost the price of mini PCs eventually. So we all seen this coming, even with PlayStation, right? But it's just, if you're gonna do that, what's the point of buying an exclusive console when you can just get a brand new PC and pay a little bit more? Like, think about that. I'm gonna pay $1,000 for a handheld or system that's just doing bare minimum when I can just go to PC, spend an extra $500, get a brand new GPU, CPU, motherboard, build that up, and get myself on and popping with the latest games without worrying about exclusivity. Like, if it's not Nintendo, like what are we doing here? Honestly, like, I don't really feel like there's any point. I really feel like the whole console wars thing is starting to die out. I really think it's starting to die out.
I feel like it already is dead because, like, now they have Halo on PlayStation. It just seems like, okay, they're kind of cool with each other now because Helldivers was on Xbox now and Halo's on PlayStation. So it's like, okay, what's even the point of having either or? Like, I mean, for PlayStation, it still seems like there's like PlayStation specific games, but it seems like for Xbox, it just seems like they're sharing with Steam or PlayStation, so it doesn't really seem like their own thing anymore. They're just kind of sharing. Meanwhile, PlayStation is gonna have like God of War and like and Wolverine and all that stuff. It just seems like, okay, what's the point of having an Xbox right now?
Exactly. So the IP strength with PlayStation is way higher than Xbox right now. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, of course, Nintendo's gonna be Nintendo. They're gonna do their own thing. I really feel like for the past 10 years, Nintendo has just been its own thing. I think that they're exempt from the console wars.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, I don't think Nintendo ever was part of console wars to begin with. It like every time you hear console wars, it was always Xbox versus PlayStation. Nintendo was like that third wheel.
Yeah. So like, you know,
even though the Switch won and the Wii won the console wars.
Yeah, right. And here's the thing too, like, you know, we don't have Sega anymore. So, like, the Nintendo Sega rivalry that pretty much died out. And like Sega is on all platforms, and it's also one of Nintendo's best supporters. So we got PlayStation, Xbox now, trying to like fight for the helm. But it's just like, if you're fusing everything together, bringing these two universes together, so like, if I want to go say, then I really feel like Xbox is just like at the bitter end of the stick here, because we're talking about Microsoft here. We might as well just buy a PC or a budget PC just to get our gaming fix. Like, what's really the point right now? I don't see it. I just don't see it. And I hate saying this, but because I actually love Xbox, I do. So I own plenty of Xbox systems over the years. But if there's no real exclusives, then why am I going to rush out to spend $600 when I can just use that money to go upgrade my PC? Think about that. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can correct me if you can correct me if I'm wrong. Cool. But it's just, I do not see anything that's going on with the system. They mentioned that they're gonna bring back a brand new system. I guess time will tell with that. We'll see what's going on. I'm not sold on the Game Pass prices. I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on the Xbox Ally. I'm not sold on the Xbox Ally. I don't know. And Halo's already on PlayStation. So like, I don't see any wavering fabrication for Xbox to even exist at this point. I think it's just going to be a thing that's going to eventually die and fizzle out. And it's already bad that they're already pissing off their market and their fan base who supported them for so many years. Now you're fucking them over. With all of the turbulences that's been happening with the brand. What is it that's going to bring this brand back to fruition? You have to go do it. It's bad that Xbox closed down a whole bunch of studios. They had Hi-Fi Rush in Japan, which won a Game Award. That I feel like that was their golden egg in the Japanese Asian market, and they didn't capitalize that. Instead, they closed down the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush. So now y'all just talking about your pockets at this point. Y'all greedy as fuck. And you really don't care about the studio, and you don't care about people and their expertise and artistry of making said games. You guys only care about your fucking yourself, which is why you're saying go fuck everybody. You're pretty much saying that.
That sounds like most companies nowadays, though.
Yeah, but I just really feel like it's hurting harder with the Xbox brand, and I don't see any resemblance of them actually like being them surviving another generation. I don't see it. I feel like this brand is in its last legs. The past of excellence that this brand had, I think, is way back in the rearview mirror.
What's the recent Xbox that came out? Was it Series X or is it like the Xbox One?
The current one is Series X. Xbox One is last generation.
When did that come out? Like, because I remember that came out like fucking ages ago.
Xbox Series X and X came out 2020. Xbox One came out
God
2020.
damn, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, to be
The
fair,
only- the
PS5
only-
came out around that time too, but still, damn.
Yeah. PS5, Xbox Series X, they're the current generation. Nintendo's only one that's a generation ahead because remember they released they had a Wii U, and then they had a Switch, which was already like that was Switch was 2017, PS3 and Xbox. Wait, 2017 PS3 and Xbox One was 2013. Switch was Switch was 2017. PS what's it? No, sorry. PS4. I'm sorry. PS4 and Xbox One was 2013. Switch came out 2017. In 2020, fast forward, PS5 came out, and Xbox Series X and S came out. And now we have 2025 with the Xbox with Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo is a generation ahead of the competition, at least on ongoing competition.
Yeah, I'm looking at like console wars throughout history. It seems like PlayStation has won most of these, and Xbox I think has only won the 360 because that was up against it looks like that was up against the Wii U. Like the Wii also won, but it really seems like it's just kind of like preference.
Yeah. Though they won the console race against the Wii and the PS3. That's what 360 did.
That's impressive that they won against the Wii of all things, because the Wii was like
I thought
hot
the Wii
shit.
won, didn't it?
It might
I
have.
thought the Wii
I have
won.
no idea.
Yeah, but you have to understand though, because 360 had better online support and better games playing online, and Xbox Live was popping back then. See, and like Nintendo only had like the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection, which, to be honest with you, was like shit. Was like the worst type of connection. You couldn't even play Smash properly on Nintendo
Exactly.
Wi-Fi connection.
That Mario Kart Wii was
Yeah,
so much
so-
fun though online.
Yeah, PS3 had the PlayStation Network was free, so you didn't have to go play. You don't have to go pay Xbox Live like price. So that's like the only thing that they really had going on with the PlayStation Network was pretty good, but 360 had better support, better online capabilities, and a massive library of games over the PS3. So
By the way,
yeah.
Oh, no. I'll keep going. I'll ask my question later.
Yeah. So fast forward now, I just feel like it's just like a downslope. I don't know. I think that Xbox is way past its prime. They're looking like the Sega brand of gaming right now. I feel like it's on its last legs. So, corporates and in-house departments don't know what the hell they're doing with the brand. Fan bases of said branding is they're skeptical about the future. They don't know what's going on. High rising costs and terrorists is fucking up the brand itself. Microsoft is shutting down studios. So, this is like, I mean, well, Sega had its own unique problems, let's just say. Sega has its own unique problems. But in terms of legacy falling and the downfall of said legacy, they're looking like the new Sega.
Yeah, and it seems like Xbox is definitely running its course, because like it.
Yeah.
It's a shame because, especially like earlier today, I played fucking Mortal Kombat on my Xbox. They have some genuinely fun games on there, but it's just the fucking I guess combining with like the modern economy and stuff like that, it just seems like they're really running its course. And like I said, they're not like unique anymore. Like they used to have Halo. They used to have. I'm pretty sure they were also the ones that only had Minecraft, and then I think Steam got it, and then Nintendo, and then like it became like a fucking global thing. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. Hold on. Where did Minecraft?
I think Minecraft was on PC, but Xbox had some like exclusive content for Minecraft. So I think that's how it was. Yeah.
Okay. What was it? Oh, never. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. So yeah, but no, they still originally had Halo and all that stuff. So it just seems like now that Gears of War 2, they used to have like brands and stuff that are now moving over to PlayStation, which is fucking weird. Because like, yes, it's cool seeing Halo part of PlayStation, but it also kind of seems like they're kind of dying, you know, because they don't even have like their main icon anymore. That's like if Nintendo sold Mario to Sega. Like that it's kind of like, what are you doing? Like why are you doing this?
Pretty much. Or Crash Bandicoot, which is now on Xbox now, like, which I never thought I would never see in my lifetime. But
did they make a new game, or is it like the old one that just got ported to it?
No. Well, here's the thing, because Xbox bought a whole bunch of studios, and Sony, they could have capitalized on like buying said studios, or like just having this multi buyout, and Sony just didn't go with it. Xbox did, but I really feel like you're kind of like feeding the enemy here, because Xbox is closing all these type of studios down, so they're not really utilizing like their IP strength properly. They're just not doing it. They're not doing it. That's what's going on with that.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I mean, like, let's just see what happens with this next Xbox that comes out. I mean, sure. So, you know, who knows what the future is? I mean, they're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they have their pockets lined up in order to like make something shake.
There is a new console coming out, right? Or do they not have one in store yet?
They not in store yet, but like I believe they announced it. But like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna shape up to their own expectancy at this point. I do not.
Yeah, that brings me to another question I have. Do you think Xbox could ever bounce back and kind of be back up to where PlayStation and Nintendo are right now? Because even though Nintendo's under fire, they're still kind of doing well with like all the new Switch 2 stuff. Because like Pokemon is selling very well, and also Kirby Air Riders is coming out soon. But it just seems like do you think Xbox could bounce back and be back to where they were before?
I don't know if that's even possible, because like, you know, this is Microsoft we're talking about. I mean, like, you know, Xbox can fold, the Xbox brand itself can fold and just become Microsoft Gaming, and just be intertwined with both the system and the PC. But it's just like, if you don't have any exclusives that's going on with Xbox itself, what's the point of buying an Xbox when you can just like, you know, put all the extra money into like a gaming rig or a budget build PC? Like you know, that's the main question that we have right now. It's just like, I really feel like they shot themselves in the foot, like by integrity, like, and I think like just with the system that they have in place, because Microsoft here, you know what I'm saying, I don't really feel like Microsoft. I don't think they need Xbox at this point. I don't think they need Xbox because they can just put all of those cool games that would have just been a console onto the PC landscape, and then just call it a day. I really don't feel like Microsoft.
Oh shit, he left again.
I don't feel like Microsoft, and then Microsoft just takes them off the Discord.
Jared Leto's hacking his PC again.
Wait, you guys hear me?
Yeah, it just you cut out again. You cut out again. Yeah, you exited the call. It seemed like Microsoft.
Okay. All right, you guys hear me? I really feel like, because Microsoft, they don't really need Xbox. I really feel like it can fold as a brand and just be Microsoft Gaming. I don't see it like being anything that's exclusive, particular, to help that brand out. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't know. But I guess time will tell. The future will tell about what happens with the XS brand.
Yeah. And also looking into more of the stuff. Apparently, Hardware revenue decreased by 29% in the most recent quarter. That is fucking bad. That is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Holy shit. 29%. That is
Yeah.
a huge percentage.
Hmm. So we're in the digital age, bro. That's what it is. I mean, like, and I think like Game Pass should have been their golden egg in order to like save them. Like the definition of a console is two things, and it's a unique system that has a standardization of following one particular task and following that one particular task well, and it being a unique exclusive, a unique hardware exclusive that is a convenience to the average everyday user. That's what a console is. Is Xbox any of those two things? Bro?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
Exactly.
It hasn't been
what's
that
the
way for
point-
a long time.
So what is the point of having an Xbox? See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm freaking saying. That's the golden question right now. What is going on here?
But doesn't Microsoft also have PC games as well? So, like, what's the point of getting an Xbox?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Right.
My question that I wanted to ask before is, Jay was talking about, like, the different type of Wi-Fi that different companies have. Like, if you wanted to host, like, a gaming tournament for, like, Mario Kart or Smash Bros., would you need to buy multiple systems? Like, how expensive is hosting a gaming tournament?
I don't know that, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not really too sure either. I mean, like, I really, I'm trying to think of like one particular reason as to why that'd be the case, but it's not really popping in my head right now.
I mean, I also think because like there's just so much online right now and stuff, and like so many games require online. I feel like they could just play through their own consoles or like their own PC because people like
Right.
Marvel Rivals is now a competitive game. Like people play Rivals competitively. But I feel like
Yeah.
they don't need to like spend a lot of money to just hook up a bunch of fucking consoles and stuff when they just have their own
Right.
like they just downloaded the game themselves and they could just play it competitively on there, you know? Like
Yeah. Like, I think like the only argument for like online tournaments and stuff is because of like the lag and stuff. Like, a lot of people go to in-person tournaments is because they don't really want any lag screwing up with their game. Like, they just want like a
well, I'm sure they have
offline,
rules about
no
that.
lag.
Like they got to connect to a certain
Yeah.
Wi-Fi or something to make sure it's good. Otherwise, you can't compete because like I'm sure there's rules set in play for that because if you have shitty Wi-Fi, there's literally no point. Like it's just gonna fuck. It's gonna fuck up
Yeah.
yourself and probably the whole competitiveness. So they have rules
Right.
involving that.
I mean, maybe like Jake or Tasha or D4 maybe knows the answer to that question, but I appreciate you guys.
How would
for
Jake
trying
know
to
the
help.
answer? I
I do know this though. For in terms of competitiveness, they want to make sure that like the Wi-Fi and the connection is like pretty much in sync. I do see some fighting tournaments like the SNK World Championship that just passed. Where they do play each other like with like local connectivity. So, and they do have systems hooked up where they can do that type of thing. So, and it is true that like new tournaments, you can go play from your house with good connectivity. So, and
Right.
you don't necessarily have to go to a venue anymore to necessarily do that.
When did that really stop? Like, what year?
Well, really more when it started. I think it happened like a year ago when that first started. When people can just like hop online and register for a tournament online, hop online and play pools, and then we're going for casuals, then the pools, and then to like actual tournaments being played. Because even Nintendo does that with Pokemon. where you can play like the Grand Challenge or whatnot, and you can just play from the convenience of your house, and going to these tournaments. All you gotta do is just register and sign up, and then they just pretty much like see who's in the dance of who's climbing up the ladder. It's kind of like that type of thing, from what I've seen. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, it does. I guess anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Actually, I'm gonna get going. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one,
Alright.
everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
Okay.
Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Uh,
Nothing really on my docket right now. I'm definitely gonna go check out more of the Stranger Things, season 5 trailer, and
yeah, I'd
everything else
recommend
that
you
pops
don't.
into this.
Because if you don't want to
No,
know
no.
anything about, like, even Vecna's look, if you don't want to see anything involving that, I'd recommend you not seeing it, because it's very spoilery, so... At least to me, because, like,
Gotcha.
season 4 also spoiled a lot of stuff, because, like, it showed, like, Max floating up in the air and shit like that. I'm like, okay, that is a huge spoiler right there. But, of course, we didn't know anything until the actual season came out, but still, I'd remain cautious. But yeah, unless
Gotcha.
unless
Okay.
you want to talk about anything else involving Xbox, I guess we could wrap it up.
No, I pretty much said what I had to go say. Yeah.
All right. Well, Xbox, it's been a good run. If you can bounce back from this by some stroke of a miracle, awesome. But otherwise, yeah, Microsoft, you kind of fucked yourself. But yeah. So yeah, that is it for tonight's podcast. I hope you all enjoyed it. Hold on. Why is it not showing Discord for some reason? Why is it not popping up? Is it because... Oh, I think it's because Stefan left. Yeah, that's probably why. All right. Well, that is it for tonight's podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Whoever's still here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the status of Xbox. What do you guys think about Patrick Stewart retiring after Avengers Doomsday? The Scream 7 trailer, the new Godzilla movie, the Ben Solo project that may or may not come out. And be sure to donate to the family of Irina Zarutska and Kimber Mills down below. There are 2 GoFundMes. Go donate to them, even if it's just a little amount of money or your entire fucking bank account. Not saying you should donate your entire fucking bank account. I'm just saying any amount of money is good for the family. Please support them during the 2 horrible tragedies. And let me know what you think of the little gesture that the guy made for Irina, because I thought it was extremely sweet. Let me know what y'all think. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back on Tuesday with Uno and Buckshot, so if y'all want to be there, if y'all want to see me do that, yeah, that'll be live Tuesday night at 10 p.m. EST, and I will be back every Tuesday and Thursday, like I said, and every other Friday for the podcast. I do have an idea of what I want to talk about for podcast episode 58, but hold on. 21st. Yeah, we could do it. Fuck it. Because I didn't know what to do about that, so I have a topic in mind, and also there's going to be a lot of news and stuff that I would like to cover. So we'll see where it goes from here. So, yeah, just regarding the future of the channel, thank you guys for your patience. For those who've been... if any have been waiting for me to come back, I appreciate it. Like I said, it's not going to be every day that I'll come back, but it'll be every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night. Occasionally every Friday night, otherwise it's just 2 days a week. This is just for my mental health. This is just for me. And I hope you guys understand. And, yeah, I'd say this was a good one. Despite the low turnout, I'd say this was a very fun one, and hopefully things will be all right in general. So, because this year has definitely been difficult. So I hope that the next 2 months kind of wrap this up in a semi-satisfying way. So, That's all I
Right,
gotta
right.
say. And my thoughts and prayers go out to Irina's family and Kimber's family, and also Charlie Kirk and his family. Those are three horrible deaths that never should have happened, but rest in peace to them all. So my heart goes out to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday. But other than that, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.
All right, peace out, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe today to the Joe C. Costanza podcast.
Hell yeah. See you guys.